y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon. I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay. It's all right, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever, because after every storm, there is a rainbow. And you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light at the end of the tunnel, whichever one you prefer, my friend. But I also want you guys to remember that we also have to honor them bad times, because them bad times helped us, motivated us, and grounded us to get to the good times that we have been manifesting and praying for, okay? Okay, once again, y'all, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? I hope all is well. For the ones that are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this but true to this, hey y'all, what's up, what's popping? Y'all, we have made it to the end of July. Like, isn't that still crazy? Like, oh my gosh, like, we're about to be in the month of August. And see, before you know it, the kiddos are back at school. Shoot, you probably back at school. Shoot, you probably back in the school system. You probably off vacation, whatever the case may be. Like, we're getting prepared for them months that got the BER at the end. September, October, November, December. So, wow, summertime is slowly but surely coming to an end. I'm excited and I'm not excited for it, but you know, it is what it is. Other than that, y'all, as you guys know, like I said, it's July is coming to an end, and I hope you guys has also have been sticking to the motto that we have been talking about, and I've been talking about is the summer rest, reconnect, refresh, and realigning. So I'm reading again off of the newsletter, because newsletters came out today at 3:30 p.m. And of course, you see the rest of everything on that newsletter, because I give a little sneak peek on the Instagram. And then when the episode drop, you get a sneak peek of that too. So let me read a little bit more off of it. As once again, if you want to get the newsletters, please, please, please hit the link tree in the bios of whichever way you listen to the podcast, as well as it's on YouTube and it's on the page. So the link tree has everything on there that you need. It's on every platform that I have. All you gotta do is hit the link tree and everything will pop up, and it'll have a section on there that says email for newsletter, and once I see it, you will be added to the newsletter. Okay, so for the newsletter I have, we're wrapping up July strong and leaning into self-care, purposes, and meaningful conversation. As you guys know, it is the last day of July, and it's Wellness 101 lessons. If you're new here, Wellness 101 lessons are lessons that are basically on wellness to help us recap of how the month has been for us, what we want to do when the next month comes in, or what we don't want to do, but we really want to pay attention to what can we do better and why it's important for our wellness. Long story short, Wellness Day was created due to me going to Morgan State University, and they created wellness days for their students that gave us time to just relax and don't have to worry about assignments and things like that. Do whatever you want to do for your wellness. And also it impacted me even more to do Wellness 101s, because health is wealth, and I dealt with a situation last year within my health that made me open my eyes when it comes to my wellness. So those two experiences had impacted me so much, and it's so needed. I feel like every university and school should at least have a wellness day for the students and the staff, because it's needed. At times we have those days where our well-being is just can't take it today, and that's why also to the Wellness 101 is also helping us, as well as me teaching you guys strategies and things on how to do things for your well-being, regardless if it's big or small, but just doing stuff to serve a purpose within your wellness, and also give yourself grace while doing it, because, you know, in order for you to love others, you have to love yourself. And like I said, health is wealth, so you got to take the initiative and making sure that your well-being is straight, your mental health, your physical, emotional, spiritual, and even financial stability is there, because, you know, life be life, and times get hard sometimes. So it's very important that, you know, we do what's the best for our wellness. And that's why I love the Wellness 101s, because the lessons, they wrap up basically what the theme was for the month, as well as helping us understand, okay, we're going into a new month and things of that nature, so it's time for me to prepare for what's for me and what's not for me. Okay, so once again, we're wrapping up July strong and leaning into self-care purposes and meaningful conversations. This month has been all about summer rest, reconnecting, refreshing, and realigning because your peace and purpose deserve to be protected as always. Deserve to be protected as always. As July comes to an end, I hope you all have been taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Remember to love yourself a bit more and focus on personal and professional wellness. Going back to the well-being. Because the glow continues one vibe, one conversation, and one breath at a time. So, without further ado, y'all, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of insight too. We do have a guest appearance appearing this Friday, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of snippet on that, and then we're gonna jump into the vibe of the day. So the bonus series, Vibing Out with Guests, this will be the 15th episode for Vibing Out with Guests, and I'm so excited and I'm so blessed for me to even make it to 15 because, as you guys know, this was just for fun, and then now people are taking it seriously, and I'm taking it extra seriously from the paperwork, policies, and things of that nature. And I'm just so glad that people are coming on the Vibing Out with Guests series to tell their stories, as well as being comfortable with even willing to tell their stories, because at times it is a little nerve-wracking to even want to talk on a camera in front of a microphone and things like that. But I just love how the vibes are so raw and uncut, and how every guest come on there, it's a different vibe, and then the way they handle things and the structure of whatever the topic is, it just flows so much. So yes, and in honor of August, y'all, this week's episode features a powerful conversation with inspiring business owner and creative leader. As I introduced the new series for August, Black Business Owners Take Over. August is Black Business Owners Month, a special time to celebrate and uplift the incredible contributes of Black entrepreneurship in our community. This month shines a light on their resilience, involvement, and importance of supporting Black-owned business to help them close to the wealth gap. And it was shocking because you don't hear things like that often. And I found out about this being something when I started podcasting. I was like, oh, this is dope. And I remember, y'all, I knew a few people on Instagram and things like that. I made a flyer. The flyer, y'all, was trash as I look back at it now versus how the flyers I make now. But it was still appreciation flyer, letting them know, like, this is about you and things of that nature. But not just Black business owners, but business owners as well. Like, because we don't discriminate over here. So that was pretty dope. So yes, on Friday, August 1st at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Please join me as I vibe out with the inspiring guests who are making big moves in the world of Black entrepreneurship. I ain't going to tell y'all how many is going to be on here, but I'm going to tell y'all it's a powerhouse of amazing Black entrepreneurs that are making it good and doing so many incredible things in the city. But I'm going to give y'all a little bit of hints about this guest that I'll be having. So in this conversation with the guests we have for Friday, we dived into topics like education, entrepreneurship, business psychology, mental health, and life wisdom. Being a legend as a Black business owner, why safe space for men is essential, how business and mental health wellness are interesting, as well as the importance of giving back and uplifting the next generation. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was an honor having this guest, because the guest that was there, I'm gonna give y'all a little hint, that person helped me and gave me the space to be able to do Vibing Out with Guests. So that was just so an honor, and it was so, like, it was needed, it was necessary. Like, why not have the person that helped you come on your platform and having you stay in their studio and stuff like that. So it was super dope, and I appreciate them so very much. However, y'all, I'm still taking guests even with not being on the series. So if you want to be a guest, please fill out the link. Please fill out the forms on the link tree. Again, everything's on the link tree. The quote for this week is, your dream is valid, your voice is powerful, and your legacy starts with every brave step you take. Okay, so without further ado, y'all, let's jump right into today's vibe of the day. So, without further ado, y'all, I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy, hear my voice, whether you're on the go or moving around. Turn me up on your PCs, your phones, your speakers, whatever way you listen to me, because as always, every vibe of the day is something special. Okay? But today, every wellness 101 lesson is something special. And today's wellness lesson is Wellness 101, Lesson 17, Summer Self-Care, Prioritizing Your Well-Being in the Heat. Yes, in this episode, we will dive into why summer self-care isn't just about slowing down. It's about listening to your body, honoring your mind, and keeping your spirits aligned in the midst of all this busyness. Okay, so y'all know it's summertime. We having a good time and stuff. But baby, my friend, can you stand the heat? I know it's just not me I can't take it no more. Sometimes the heat is not, it's not there for me. It's not really helping me in ways sometimes. And then if you got allergies and stuff like me, my friend, yeah, you better pay close attention. But not only, y'all, going back to this topic, not only is this lesson impacted with, prioritizing yourself in the heat, but it's also about self-care. Going back to why it's important for us to focus on our mental health, our physical, emotional, spiritual wellness, and financial stability. Like I said, y'all, life be lifing. And as I get older, I realize getting financial aid, having the financial stability at times is hard. It's hard. And sometimes you got to spend money you got to make money and spend it. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money. It's a lot. Okay, so that's why I'm adding in financial stability a lot, because money is being spent every day. Little do we know, sometimes even if it's just a little bit of change, it's still being spent. But the overall purpose of this wellness 101 lesson, we're at lesson 17, y'all. It is crazy, and I've been doing these lessons for a year now. A year. February made a year, and that was so shocking because I just thought about it. I was like, wow, February is a short month, but I did so much in that month. Like, I introduced Vibing Out with Guests on Valentine's Day, and Wellness 101 Lessons was introduced February the 28th. That is so crazy. So I was like, wow, because it'd be two years, 2026, and then the 1 year anniversary for Vibing Out with Guests would be on Valentine's Day, and that is on a Saturday. But I was like, that is so crazy. So I might do something for both y'all. I don't know, but that was just super dope. I just thought of that. But that also impacts too within prioritizing your self-care within the heat. Doing things that is important to you, as well as celebrating your accomplishments as well, impacts with your self-care. Prioritizing yourself in this heat. Yes, celebrate yourself, but also be careful and also stay hydrated, things of that nature. So we're going to tap into everything impacting, like the mental, the physical, the wellness, heavy on the wellness, emotional, spiritually, and dip a little bit into the financial stability, financial aid, whichever one you want to call it or prefer. So if you're new here, once again, I break down every vibe wellness lesson into the definition, the 5 W's, the quote, and thanks for tapping in, little tip, like I did for the quote of letting you know what it is for this week. So the definition sums up like what is the vibe of the day or the wellness lesson of the day about, and then the W, who, when, what, where, why, and the quote impacting the wellness lesson or the vibe of the day, and then the thank you tapping in notes, just like a little thank you note, but also having you think about a little bit more into what the vibe was or what the wellness lesson was surrounded by. So let's get into it. So I'm going to say it again. Wellness 101, Lesson 17. Summer self-care, prioritizing your well-being in the heat. And what does that mean? Summer self-care is the international practice of tending to your mental, physical, and emotional well-being during the warmest months. It means creating space for rest, nutrients, hydrating moments, and joy while protecting, your energy and burnout. In the heat of the summer, self-care is not a luxury. It's necessary for balance and peace. So going back, y'all, Thursday, July 24th was International Self-Care Day. And I was like, this is also will tie into that, because I also did, the crazy thing is, last year I did speak upon International Self-Care Day, and then Wellness 101, I think it talked about yoga impacted self-care day last year. I don't know. But I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to impact, because that was a day too that nobody knew about. I think that day was created during the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I gotta double check. But it was just so crazy how, like, within the Wellness 101 lessons, going back to that, how and why is it important and why I started it, is about self-care, but also overall the well-being of your mental health, your emotional, your physical, spiritual, as well as your financial stability now. And I thought that it was very important to address this, and I'm glad I did address it to the last, this, to end off July, because like I said, it's important for us to maintain the self-care and also keep ourselves up to par within our mental, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial well-being. Because, self-care is not a luxury. It's very important to do. It's necessary for us to keep balance and to have that peace in our life. Because peace, you want to protect your peace at all costs within your personal and professional life. Everybody deserves peace, and everybody deserves to protect it at all costs. And everybody deserves to have that balanced structure within their life and be able to take on certain things that they can and cannot take. And yes, it's important to set the boundaries and stand your ground. And sometimes it's hard, to say no, but you got to do what's best for you, my friend. If it don't sound right, it don't look right, you got that gut feeling, your mind telling you this, or the feeling in your body or your heart, whatever, that's the sign of self-care. And also with you protecting yourself and prioritizing things that matter for you, especially in the heat. So in the heat or not in the heat, it could be in the heat, the cold, going back to what it said, during the warm months. All year round, you need to protect yourself, but also prioritize your well-being. But in this case, by being summer, we want to hang out. Going back to the episode I did talk about, stepping out the comfort zone, something like that, y'all. It was the beginning of July. We talked about it. You gotta set the boundaries. You also have to know what's for you and what's not for you, as well as people. And when it comes to your well-being, financial stability, and things like that, you gotta know what you can do and what you cannot do. And sometimes a time where, we're on break or we taking these vacations, things like that, but we also need to keep in mind, why am I doing this and how is this going to impact me within my physical, mental, and well-being? Is it going to help me? Like, I had a rough day. Okay, cool. I want to go here. But is it really going to help me? Is it going to serve me a purpose? So that's the whole ordeal when you think about the self-care, the summer self-care, prioritize yourself in the heat. Doing things for you, but also making sure that it makes sense and it's for a purpose. And taking advantage of it, and don't think of it, oh, it's just a luxury. No, it's a purpose that's needed every day for you to have that stability, to have balance in your life, and to have the protection that's needed for you to protect your peace at all costs within your personal and professional life. Okay. So, who is impacted? As always, if you do hear the who with that question, that it summarizes everyone, unless the topic, the vibe of the day, or the wellness lesson is impacting only women, only men. Within that case, so far, everything just has impacted everyone. So, who is impacted with summer self-care, prioritizing yourself in this heat? Everyone navigates busy summer schedules, rising heat temperatures, and shift routines and rotations can benefit from seasonal self-care. Students on break, parents juggling activities, professors balancing vacation and workload, all the push to stay on. Those trying to, fidget and trying to stop the fidgeting, the stressing, or the overstimulating, even need more care during summer fast pace. Not gonna lie, y'all, summer has been really coming by so fast. And I feel like for me, as someone that just graduated in May, it made 2 months now? It's been too fast. I graduated May 17th. June 17th made a month. July 17th made 2 months. And in August 17th will make 3 months. And then a couple days after that, I'm right back in school. And then that's how some professors feel. That's how some students feel. That's how some even professors and even some people in some professional worlds like doctors, nurses, lawyers and stuff. Because sometimes if they're working in those fields that let them get them breaks and stuff, they like, dang, oh my gosh, we back again. And even some that don't have those breaks but take those breaks because they have children and things of that nature. This is most definitely for you. Summer is a time where you need to take time to do what's best for you. Let your hair down, do whatever you have to do, but please prioritize your well-being in this heat, or not in the heat, even though it's summertime, but try to find ways to do what's best for you. Even if you do go outside, you know, wear sunscreen and stuff, y'all, because I got a little tan if you can't see. You know, just do what's best for you, especially if you're going through those trials and tribulations in life where it's like you have those moments in your life where mentally you're not there, like you're fidgeting, you're stagnant, you're stressed out, depression. This is most definitely for you because you need to take more care of yourself within the summer. Summertime is a beautiful time. Everybody look forward to it. However, sometimes we don't look forward to this heat. That's why it's important for us to prioritize ourselves within this heat to stay cool at all times. Especially if you go through having allergies, like I said, like me, and if you have asthma and things like that. Within doing self-care, please make sure you're doing things that impacts with your mental, but your physical, of what you can and cannot do. Like for me, I haven't took myself out on a date yet, but I'm going to think about it. And me, before I step out the door, I make sure I take my allergy pills. If I don't do it before I leave out the door, if I'm out, I have the pill container, my little pill container organizer with me. I'm like, okay, I gotta take it. Same thing for asthma. Have your asthma pumps or whatever else may affect you, you know, please do so. But this is mainly for the ones that are having a hard time during the summertime. I promise you. Not only do we go through like winter blues. Y'all, I did an episode on that too, with the like holiday blues or wintertime blues. You can have the blues in the summertime. Sometimes it's not for everyone, and that's why it's important for us to prioritize ourselves within all seasons, regardless if it's hot, cold, warm, freezing, and is whatever. It's important for us to prioritize ourselves through all seasons, all months of the year, every day. It's important for us to love on ourselves because no one is going to love us like the way we love ourselves. So for anybody that is going through stress times, depression and stuff, I hope that you guys pay close attention to this because it's self-care is most definitely needed. It don't even matter if you spend money or not. You just have to do what's best for you. If you gotta take time off from work, take them wellness times, take them vacation time to just think and prioritize yourself within this heat or not. Take advantage of them wellness days and sick day. Well, no, I'm not gonna say sick because when you sick, you need them days. But if your job is giving you wellness days and things like that, take advantage of it because it's needed. It's needed. You know, we do so much within 24 hours, and sometimes it's like, how can we maintain to get so much done in 24 hours? But you also have to make sure that you and your mind and your body is together before you can do X, Y, and Z. So everyone is impacted with the navigating within a busy schedule within the summertime. Some people have a totally busy schedule. Some have a somewhat chill. For me, it's in the middle, depending on what's going on and what's going on during that time. I know for you guys, you probably have these busy schedules. Some maybe have children, some don't. Some maybe try to prepare for this, do that. Whatever the case may be, my friend, please take the initiative to do what's for you and what's best for you within your self-care and prioritizing it in whatever way is possible. Excuse me, y'all, okay? Do what's best because you know what's best for you before anybody else do, especially impacting your wellness. Do what's best for you because this can benefit you from seasonal self-care. But I feel like this will also impact you within understanding that self-care is important all year round. So don't think of self-care as just a luxury. No. Self-care doesn't have to be, oh, you got to spend a bag on yourself. No, self-care could be you taking time off and sleeping. Take a time off, go to yoga. Take a time off, play ball. Take a time off, go to the beach, go swimming. Just do for you that you know that it's going to help you. Especially if you have been manifesting and having these desires to do stuff for yourself, but you haven't. This is the time now where you need to get up. take time, take that vacation time or whatever, and do for you, my friend, because it's needed. And little do you know, that'll have a whole 360 within how you feel within your well-being, your mental, emotional, spiritually, and maybe your financial stability. So what is the benefit? The benefit of summer self-care, prioritizing your well-being within this heat, is prioritizing self-care in the summertime helps regulate your body and your mind. It prevents burnout, support hydration, and allows you to enjoy the season instead of surviving in it. Self-care can boost your mood, strengthen boundaries, and improve your sleep and energy as well as your mind. When you care for yourself consistently, you're able to pour into others from a full cup. So going back into you can't love on others if you don't love yourself. This is where self-care plays a big role into this world. You cannot pour yourself out to others if you do not pour into you. And that's why self-care is very, very important, especially within this time of need, this summer. This is a time where a lot of people take a lot of vacations, a lot of times people do a lot of things for themselves. Yes, they do be around family and friends and things like that, but this is also the time for you to love on yourself, but also prioritize for you. This is where self-care is really needed for your mind, body, and soul, especially like for students, professors, parents, whatever, anybody who's a human, regardless of what your occupation is and things like that. This is a time where you deserve to give yourself time. Summer is not over till September. Summer is not over till September. Summer is not over till September. I want to say the 20th. But the weather starts to change when September hits. So I would say you have it till by the time you go back to school or whatever the case may be, if you're a student, professional, or you have before the time it gets crouchy in the office and things like that, to get yourself together within wanting to do things that you have been manifesting and praying for the summertime. For me, going to the pool is one of the things that I want to do. Going swimming, even though I cannot swim, I can float. That's what I want to do with my family. And then doing the self-dating, like I mentioned. Probably like even getting into reading books again and doing stuff like that. Those are things that help prioritize with your mind. Like I said, some people do yoga, some people do aerobics, some people do boxing, kickboxing. Some people go to the gym. Some people play ball, like basketball, football, whatever it is that you desire and you love with a passion. Please take the initiative for this summer to do that for yourself. Summer's not over yet. It's not. Don't wait until it get cold outside. You know good and well you cannot play football outside. No. Do it while you can. Give yourself some time. And if you don't want to do that, you can do things to stay home. Like if you want to take a day off and stay home and make sure everybody's out the house so you can enjoy yourself. Like what's that thing they used to do like on TV, run around the house with all white on and place, I don't know. Do what's needed for you to make sure that your mind, body, and soul is pure, because it's very important. Especially summertime, this is the time where it gets busy. Like everything and everyone's outside. You can be outside, and sometimes you don't have to be outside with everyone. Do what is going to help you, because your body is most definitely needing all the energy and strength it can get, as well as your mind. Your mind is racing every day. Your mind is doing a lot every day. Little do we know, you really can't feel it probably, but it's doing a lot of thinking and processing and everything. So it's important for you to make sure that your health is well. Make sure you're taking the initiative to love on yourself and loving on yourself properly, as well as what are you putting in your body, what are you taking, what are you dishing out, even what are you saying to yourself as well as your body. Like, the tongue is a powerful thing, and that's why it's important for us to speak positivity in the atmosphere for ourselves, because at times, we have those things where I'm sick of this, I look like this, I look like that. Trust me, take it from me, y'all. Sometimes I said some things to myself that just hit the core, and then I look at myself and was like, only you can change it. Only you can do what's best for you. That's why going back into like, you can love, you know what's best for you. In order for you to love others, you have to love yourself first. In order for you to be able to pour yourself to others, you have to make sure your cup is full with a lot of energy that you want to receive, as well as you process it on giving. So that's why it's important for us to have this benefit of self-care during the summer. It's important for us to make sure our mind, body, and soul is there. Preventing burnout is a big thing. Y'all, burnout is a word I heard 24/7 in my undergrad. Burnout, burnout, burnout. Within a career that I'm doing within social work, and especially dealing with children, some people get burnt out easily. And with me, I like to be busy. And slowly but surely, I got a little burnt out because of undergrad, y'all. If y'all remember, I had to do my 16-page paper. And I was getting to a burnout point because it was like so much was going on. We had to do, what else we had to do? It was a service on the hours. We had to go out in the community, like certain stuff. It was just like, boom, 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 boom. My professional life was crashing down in my personal life. And I had to realize this is going to pay off in the long run. But I had to also understand that I have to make sure that my mind, body, and soul is put together before I can even prioritize myself, making sure my professional world is taken care of. Because sometimes things will play a very, very good trick on you. Sometimes your mind can play tricks on you before you even can know it. And that's why, like, my professors, supervisors, even family members told me, mainly my parents, be like, you got to do things to make sure you don't prevent that so you can prevent burnout. Because burnout can make you just instantly be like, I can't do this no more. And that's why it's important that self-care is taking place, because self-care also helps you stay calm and also help you when you have those issues where you feel like, oh, I can't do it. No. Also, breathing exercises. I used to do this all the time with my students, and they used to be mad, but then they eventually liked it. Sometimes, even going back to the mirror conversations, y'all, sometimes we have to have those mirror conversations to ourselves, that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40-minute conversations to even get ourselves back to a T, to make sure we stay calm so we don't let burnout creep on us. Because burnout can creep up on you in an instant. And you have to be able to fight that burnout, because nobody want to deal with no burnout. Nobody want to deal with burnout, especially in the summertime. You want to be here for a good time. You don't want to deal with, I feel sluggish, I can't do this, I can't do that. No. That's why it's important for us to prevent the burnout now, so when it comes time for us to get back into that season of hustling, grinding, nickel and diamond, and whatever the case may be, we were fresh, we got this, and we're going to take over. As well as when it comes to us being able to stay hydrated. I feel like you need to stay hydrated throughout the whole year, regardless of the wintertime and anything it is, summer, whatever. You have to stay hydrated 24/7. Sometimes I know it's impossible, but it's most definitely important, especially in the summertime. That's a big thing. That's a big thing also, because when you're not hydrated, that can prevent burnout, and it also could prevent you from not even wanting to be able to do things. It can make you feel sluggish. It can make you feel stagnant. It can make you feel like, I don't think I want to do this, and I don't think it's worth it. That's why it's important that we prioritize self-care for help us to not be burnt out, but also understand that hydration is important. So the things we're putting in our body, drinking H2O, and making sure that we're able to get through the day. Breakfast, they say, is the most important meal of the day. Some people don't feel like it is, but please try to eat eat something in the morning. I know for me, sometimes it's hard. Like me, I went back to cutting the sweets out. And sometimes I'll be like, dang, I'm hungry. But that's where the eating disorders come into, y'all. That impacts with self-care. I realized my eating disorder was, if I see it, sometimes I want it. But then also, too, being a student, when you're frustrated and stuff, too, the only thing that could probably make you feel better within your self-care is, shoot, let me get a sandwich. Let me get a pizza. Let me get something that's going to help me, prevent me from having this burnout, but also helping me to not lose my cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that we prioritize the need of us to make sure that our well-being. Oh, sorry, y'all. My camera, it looked like it was about to die. I ain't got time for that. But it's very important for us to understand that we have to make sure that we're doing the best that we can, so we do not get to that burnout breaking point. And also for us to stay hydrated and making sure that we're putting as much nutrients in our body that's necessary, and that's going to help us keep on going and rolling within our day. Because we have to be able to allow ourselves to enjoy the times that we have here on earth. And you know the saying, do it like it's your B-day every day. Even when it's not your B-day, it's important that we love on ourselves and give ourselves grace. It's important that we give ourselves the love that is needed in our life and not is wanted. It's needed. It's a need that we love ourselves first before we can pour ourselves into anyone else. And that goes into allowing you to enjoy this season instead of surviving it. You want to, we all surviving. We all surviving. But this season, we got to put the survival mode on hold real quick, but also enjoy summertime. This is a time where we spend time with our family, our loved ones, friends, whatever, partners, whatever the case may be. Children, things of that nature. And also give yourself grace. When you hustling nickel and dime, like me, I like to stay busy. Graduation, y'all. After graduation, I had a session after graduation. It was so crazy. Like a week after graduation. Oh, actually, the session was on a Sunday, y'all, but I couldn't make it. And I was like, bro, because I got sick. So after graduation, like a couple hours after graduation, I got sick. So it was like, okay, this sound like, look, chill out right now. You just graduated. Woohoo! But now you got sick. Now you need to sit your butt down. Because, y'all, I said after graduation, I had it set. I'm like, after graduation, I'm going to make sure I'm still surviving and hustling within what I'm doing for my podcast and making money. And then it was like, when did the last time you really enjoyed yourself? My birthday came. I enjoyed myself. I did with family and my friends. But then it's like, other than that, when did you actually enjoy yourself, not having it to be a birthday, an anniversary for celebrating, things in your life? Just a regular day, but you just say, I'm going to get up and do that. Haven't had it yet. And that's why I push this and strip this a lot for everyone to take the initiative to love on yourself and please treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Even if your financial stability and stuff is not there, do something for you. Don't cheat yourself out. Do not cheat yourself out. Because sometimes a time where you are able and obligated to let your hair down. Love on yourself inside and out. But also prioritize your needs before you prioritize others. Because that impacts with self-care can boost your mood. You want to live in that walking on sunshine mood. You don't want to be walking on them eggshells and then have to think about yourself. If I say this to this person, it might go wrong or you might get defiant. Summertime is a time where, it's beautiful. It's hot, but it's beautiful. It's like, summertime. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm about to sit back, have a good time. That's the mood you want. And that's why it's important for you to impact having self-care, loving on you before you can love on others, as well as taking the initiative to be around others. Sometimes, we have introverts and extroverts. Gotta know what's for you, what's not for you. And you gotta know how to deal with it. And that's why it's important for you to incorporate that self-care within your mental, physical, and well-being. A lot. As well as it helps you strengthen the boundaries that you have. Going back to the episode impacting, I cannot think of the name, but prioritizing what's important for you. I think something like that. I don't know, y'all. It was in July. It was not too long ago. I have so many episodes. It's hard to keep track of these titles. But going back, one had said prioritizing yourself. I think prioritizing self-care, that's important. It's important for you to strengthen the boundaries. Say no. If you know you don't have it, say no. If you know you don't want to do it, say no. Sometimes you be like, yeah, I want to go do this, I want to do that. But you got to think, am I doing this for me or I'm doing this for them? Do I want to do it or not? And one thing, too, I'm big on, don't invite yourself if they didn't invite you. If they didn't invite you, it's not for you. And don't even ask if they didn't ask you. And that's why it's important within self-care, prioritizing yourself, pouring into you before you can pour into others. You're able to pour into others from a cup. But when you care for yourself consistently, first, then you'll be able to pour in other people's cup. But first, I need you to fill up all the energy and love, hearts and kisses for yourself, my friend, before you can go out there and even pour it on someone else. Because that'll drain your self-care too. And that's why it's important. I want you to know. Please prioritize yourself in this time. Please prioritize yourself in this heat. I don't care what you do. Do it. With money, without. Do it. Do for you. Enjoy yourself this summer because it's going to benefit you from preventing that burnout. Please stay hydrated as well as allowing you to enjoy the season instead of surviving it. We are survival mode, but one day just put that survival mode on lock and let your hair down. As well as the self-care, enjoying this time in the summertime, it helps boost your mood, your strength, with the strengthening the batteries, what's for you, what's not for you, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, as well as it helps you get good night's sleep and the energy for the next day. And going back to when you care for yourself consistently, you'll be able to pour into others later from your cup. Some of it, most of it, I don't know. But do for you this summer. Love on you because this benefits for you and only you. The next question is, when should you check in with your wellness? Straight off the back, that's every day. Every day you should check on your wellness, regardless if it's cold, hot, breezing, freezing, blizzard outside or whatever. Please check on your well-being every day, daily, especially in the summer when the days feel longer and expectations rise. It's essential to pause and check in with yourself. Are you hydrated? Have you had a moment of stillness? Are you honoring your limits? Self-care doesn't have to wait for chaos. It's most powerful when practicing consistently and previously and having yourself to be able to have it prioritized in your life. So my friend, you should be checking in with your wellness every day. I don't care how big or small. Mentally, gotta have that mirror conversation, do it. Physically, you gotta touch some grass, walk around, move a little, shake a little bit, do it. Emotionally, you gotta cry, you just to let it out, do it. You gotta fake a smile. I don't want you to keep doing that, my friend. I want you to have a real smile. Emotionally, have that conversation and that check with yourself. Spiritually, whoever you believe in, things of that, talk to them. And financially, look at that pocket and be like, okay, am I good? Do I need to hustle a little bit harder? Do I need another job? Do I want to start a business? Whatever the case may be. Daily, have that conversation with yourself, but also prioritize what is necessary for you. Daily, you should be checking in with yourself because no one's going to check on you sometimes, even when you think they're going to. Sometimes you got to think, okay, I check on this person all the time. I do this, I do that, but do they check in with me? And sometimes you got to be like, you know what? I know what's best for me. Only I know what's going to help me. I know what I can do for myself. I know what's going to help me. You know what's going to help you. You know what's going to benefit you. You know what's necessary and you know what you need to do to fix your mental, your physical, your wellness, emotional, spiritual, financial stability situation to help with your self-care. You know what's able for you. So have them daily conversations. Have that daily check-in with yourself, even if it's one day with just mental, one day with just the physical, emotional, financial, whatever. Please have that daily routine going on for you to make sure, and also making sure that you're practicing what is needed within self-care. Summertime is the best time to start to help you get a jump start. So when the rest of the year come and then the new year come in, you already know what's for you and what's not. Also, too, you can schedule days what's for you and what's not for you. Take days off every so often to prioritize for you. Do what's for you. It's necessary. Because summertime, we have them days that feel long and expectations rise. It's important that we take a pause and check in with ourselves. Like I said, sometimes people are not going to ask you, are you okay? You need to make sure that you're okay before you can even ask anyone else if they're okay. You got to make sure that you are prioritizing yourself before you can do for others. And I feel like that's not selfish, because in order for a person to be able to talk and to navigate with another person, they have to make sure they're head on straight, because you don't want nobody that ain't got, they a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or whatever, and they talking to you like they lost their rabbit mind. No, because I know if I'm going through something, I'm not putting that energy out there in the atmosphere on the next person, because that rubs off. Even if I'm going through something, I'll be like, look, in the nicest way possible, I'm going to check back with you. Give me a few minutes real quick. I'm about to, do a little woo-sah. Once you get that woo-sah, you should be a totally different person, and you should feel 10 times better, especially that impacts with your professional world. It's very important you have self-care, especially if you deal with people every day face to face, or talk to people on the phone, in person, hybrid, online, at home. You have to make sure that you are prioritizing your self-care. Yes, things happen, but it's important that you prioritize self-care, because you need to pour into yourself before you pour into others. And the way you come off to people, it impacts a lot. Especially dealing with people that you never know if that person may be going through a hard time, but they keep their composure. You never know how much you can impact them. And that's why I feel as though it's important for us to prioritize our wellness, our well-being, before we step out the door or log into these computers and laptops or phones to prioritize to serve for community or the world that we're working in. It's hard, yes, but that's why it's important to go see therapists, counselors, whatever. And it's important to do for you. Mentally, spiritually, do what's important for you, because no one can do for you like you. Nobody knows what can help you if you don't take that time to say, okay, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need, this is what I don't need. Having that check-in with yourself, pause and be like, okay, something ain't right. I need to journal this down. I need to have a video, journal, whatever. Do it. Because every day we're surrounded by people. Even people that we live with, even if we don't live with people, whatever, your pets, whatever. It's important that summertime, is a time we feel and do amazing things. We have to pour out we have to pour out energy that we want. We have to pour it into ourselves first before we can receive it within others. So we have to pour in energy for ourselves before we can see it into others. And that's why it's important the way you carry yourself, treat others, and how you handle things. And that's why it's important daily that you should have that check-in with your well-being, within your wellness. Pause and have that self-care, that self-conversation, do that self-care. And ask the questions like, are you hydrated? Have you had a moment of silence? Just enjoying your own peace, or just enjoying peace that you can hear a pin drop. And are you honoring your limits that you have? Are you honoring the time, the ability, the resource that you have? Are you taking initiative of it? And as well as self-care doesn't have to wait till a crisis. Don't wait when something blows up in your life, professionally or personally, for you to be like, okay, I need to take a me time. No, take it before a crisis happens. Take it when you wake up in the morning like, oh, I'm in a good mood. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself, or just enjoy the moment of silence. Have those times for you. Because it's powerful when you practice it, so you don't have to prepare for the incident. So it's important for you to practice it and have it prevented before it blows up. So please take initiative within self-care within the summertime. Start now. And that's impacted with the next question. Where does self-care happen? Self-care happens anywhere, everywhere. Self-care happens anywhere, everywhere. Anywhere you are, whether you're home, at work, on vacation, you should make self-care a priority. It is very important that you occupy yourself within having the resources to have self-care within anything you do on a daily basis. It happens in the little choices, what you eat, how much you rest, who you spend time with, and what you say yes or no to. The beach, your backyard, a walk, or even a quiet evening at home, all can be a place for healing. Whatever you do, or whatever you want to do that you feel will bring you peace, do it now. Peace happens anywhere. It could be in your home, outside of your home. Like going back to one episode I did within, like, some people have rooms in their house that's only for that. Some people have prayer rooms, whatever it is. It could be in your house. If you have a business, your own building, it can happen there. Whatever it is. Self-care, having that prioritizing, where does self-care happen? It happens anywhere for you. Going to the spa. Some people love it. I'm here for it. I'm a little scared to do certain stuff, but I'm going to try. Some people even find peace within what they serve, within the people they serve, and a place that they serve. Like they could be going through anything in life, but once they step foot in that building, they see them people, the self-care, their worries are gone. That's what the self-care provides. But I want you to know, my friend, self-care happens anywhere. I need you to take the initiative now. Whether it's at your house. Now, forget the house. You turn a house to a home. The old folks say that. Now, I don't hear nobody say that no more, but your home. At work. That goes into at work. Like I said, you can have a bad day at home. Wake up and it ain't good. But when you step foot into that professional business or whatever professional aspect you have, self-care is right there for you. That brings you peace. Or even on vacation. Sometimes people can say, look, my house is not that. My home is not doing it for me. Work ain't doing it for me right now. I need a vacation. I need to be away. I don't care if you go away to a hotel, motel, a cruise, whatever. Find that peace where you're at. Find that peace wherever you're at. Make sure you prioritize your peace at all times. As well as making sure all over, wherever you're at, I don't care where you're at, please make sure that you're prioritizing self-care. Making sure that you're holding yourself accountable for self-care. Making sure that you're incorporating self-care when it's necessary. Incorporating self-care, I don't care if it's in the middle of the day. It don't even have to be on your lunch break or your break. If you got to have a minute before you see a client, see someone, or even do something, do it. Especially in this heat. Summertime, things are moving fast. Sometimes it might have days where it's just like, dang, ain't nothing happening. That's what the time you need to enjoy the silence. Take time to just prioritize yourself. Decompose. Do it because it's needed. Self-care is a priority. Don't wait till a crisis for you to be like, oh, I got to do something to help me. No. Do it when you're in a good mood, slightly off, even a bad mood. Do it every day. Make it a priority. I don't care what it is. Do it for your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your physical, your wellness, financial stability. Do it. Because it helps within the little choice that you make, as well as what you eat. How much rest do you get, as well as who you spend time with. That's a big thing. Who you spend time with will also impact if you even want to keep on talking to them. I love my friends dearly, as well as my family, but sometimes I can't be around them all the time. I can't talk to you all the time. Sometimes I have to keep this phone on D&D so I don't have to be looking at it. Sometimes I have to go in a mode where it's not me being selfish, but it's like, I don't want to come off nasty or anything to you guys. And y'all be like, dang, you need to get your life together. I'm going to do it before y'all even try to tell me. And vice versa. As well as what you say no or yes to. Lately, y'all been putting my foot down on things I just cannot take no more. Even if it's little or small things, big or small things, you got to take the initiative of understanding that it's okay to say yes and it's okay to say no. And my favorite word of distance is hell no. Depending on what it is. Sometimes you got to say hell no or hell with you. Sometimes it's like you don't want to say it, but it's like if your gut is telling you no, say no. If it's telling you yes, go for it. Because that impacts your self-care. You do for you, not do for others. I learned that as I grew up. My mom's like that self-pleasing everybody. You know, pleasing everybody but ain't pleasing you. No. That impacts your self-care. Setting boundaries for yourself. Being around people you want to be around. Talking to this person if you want to talk to them. Going out with this one. Doing for that one. Or overall just doing stuff for you and you don't have to explain yourself. I can say yes, I can say no. I can give you a long explanation, or I give you a simple word, or I can give you a 1 or 2 sentence explanation. Do for you within your wellness. This impacts with wellness and your self-care. This is prioritizing not only in the summertime, this part, but it impacts your everyday living. I don't care if it's snow outside. I don't care if the leaves are falling. I don't care if it's hot as hell. Prioritize what's best for you, my friend. I don't care how big or small it is. Say yes when you know you want to say yes. Say no when you know it's a hell no or hell with you. Whatever it is within your personal and professional life. Self-care is necessary. It's not And they say a luxury is necessary because it's needed for us to be able to deal with things that's going on in our life as well as our professional life. You can't give half energy if you know good and well you halfway ain't there. You gotta be able to present yourself with all, so when you around people, if you serve people, you give the same thing. Even if you go on the beach, even if it's in your backyard, you go for a walk or a quiet evening at home. Go to places that make you feel at peace or heal. Even driving, y'all. Taking drives, them car conversations, all that. If that brings you peace, my friend, do it. Do it. Ride around with the windows down. Spend time with this person if you know you feel comfort. Even being around people can help you feel healed. Like, Grey's Anatomy, you're my person, a friend or family member, or even the person you're with. Surround yourself by people that bring you peace, but also make sure that you're at ease first before you can be around others. That's how I feel sometimes. Like, I can't be around people if I'm not there. But if I know someone that's going to make sure that if I tell them something, they're going to be able to help me and navigate within whatever I'm going through and tell me what's going on. And it's going to be vice versa when they had a time with me, and vice versa for you, whatever the case may be. Don't take that for granted. But sometimes, it's best for us to be alone. But I don't want you to be isolated. But I want you to also know to love on yourself before you can love on others. But also make sure that you're staying and you're able to do before you can go out to the world. Sometimes you might have to isolate, but don't make it permanent. It's temporary, but don't make it permanent. My counselor told me that when I was at Morgan State, because I said I was slowly but surely becoming isolated. She was like, I don't want you to be that way permanently because it's going to make you not even want to deal with people, even a profession that I'm taking up. You have to, prepare yourself. Yes, self-care is important, but I don't want you to be in the habit of isolation. Like, I need to be by myself. No. Sometimes, yes, but all the time, no, my friend, because it's going to make you feel like you don't know how to interact with people. And we are surrounded by people 24/7, in or outside. And lastly, why is it important? Why is this Wellness 101 Lesson 17? Summer self-care prioritizing your well-being in the heat important. Well, let me tell you why, my friend. Because your well-being matters in every season. Going back to, like I said, I don't care what day it is. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snow outside or whatever. Your self-care matters every day, all the time, at all times. Summer might be sunshine, but it also brings heat, hustle, and heightening emotions. Self-care helps you stay grounded in what you need, not just what you expect to do. When you care for yourself, you set the tone for joy, ease, and intentional living, even in the busiest moments. That's why it's very important for you to prioritize your self-care through summer, but also throughout every season that comes in your life. It's important because it matters. Summertime, yes, it brings sunshine, but sometimes it also brings that heat, that fire and desire that you don't want. It brings the hustle that we love, but sometimes we need to be mindful of what we can take and what we cannot take. And it also heightens emotions. Sometimes your mind play tricks on you. Sometimes you be like, physically I look good, but mentally I'm going through hell. Or physically I look like hell, but mentally I'm on a high. You got to make sure physically I look good, mentally I look good. Physically you look good, mentally I feel good. You got to make sure they both align with each other. That's why it's important. As well as the self-care helps you stay grounded in what you need, not what you want, what is needed in your life. You need a therapist, go get it. You need a reality check, go get it. You need to touch some grass, go do it. You need to take a walk, go do it. You need to ride around in your car some nights and just with the windows rolled down with the music blasting, go do it. Or in silence, go do it. Need a vacation, go do it. You need a night of silence, go do it. You need a day full of sleeping, go do it. Self-care helps you stay grounded in what is needed, not just what you are expecting to do. That's the wants, the expecting to do. You want to do. That's why the needs are important. You got to make sure your needs are taken care of for your wants. You need to pay them bills? Pay it. You want that bag? Baby's going to wait. Want them shoes, bro? It's going to have to wait. Want that car? It's going to have to wait. But if you need it, get it. But do things that is necessary, as well as a pack with your self-care. Mentally, physically, but overall the well-being of why it's needed for you to prioritize self-care at all times. Because when you care for yourself, you set the tone for joy. You see days that you have been manifesting and praying for and been wanting. As well as you feel at ease. You feel yourself coming off of that high horse of feeling like, I feel like hell. As well as you feel the intentional living. You feel the need to live life to the fullest. Do it like it's your B-day, even when it's not. As well as even in the busiest moments. In our professional and personal life, it gets to that point. It gets busy. Self-care helps you understand that it's okay. Because it helps you from that burnout. To stay hydrated. And to allow you to enjoy the season instead of surviving in it. It helps you in so many ways. That impacts with the quote of the day. Self-care is how you take your power back. One gentle international choice at a time. I'm going to repeat it. Self-care is how you take your power back. You take control of what's for you in your life and what's not for you, my friend. Take control of your power, setting the boundaries, keeping that guard up, standing 10 toes down on what you said and what you're going to do and what's needed and what's not needed for you and the wants and what's not wanted in your life. One gentle international choice at a time. Now, one intentional choice at a time. Take it slow. It's intentional, but it's for a reason. Self-care is how you take your power back. One gentle, intentional choice at a time. That impacts with the thank you for tapping in note. Because this summer, choose your peace over pressure. Protect your joy. Hydrate your body and honor your rest. You deserve a season that nurtures you inside and out. This is your reminder to slow down and vibe with your wellness. Do for your well-being. Take care of your well-being and be around others that you know is going to protect that well-being and is for the well-being need. Okay? Y'all, I love a good wellness one-on-one lesson. And this lesson right here should open so many ears, eyeballs, and everything for y'all. I hope you guys learned a lot from this wellness one-on-one lesson, because this lesson is not only it's just to, it's a wellness one-on-one lesson, but no, it's teaching you and me what's necessary for you and what's necessary for me. So I hope you take initiative of this. Tell a friend, let them know it's important, but also manifest the power of incorporating self-care in your daily life. In your daily activity, morning, evening, or afternoon. Prioritize self-care. Manifest that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure that I'm here mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, well-being, and making sure my financial stability is there. That was a lot, y'all. But as always, I thank you so very much for taking the time out your busy day to listen to me. It was a mouthful. Yes, it was. But we love a good mouthful of information that is going to help us in the long run. Because things like this we don't hear on a daily basis. And that's okay. Because as I, E, your favorite podcaster by now, or probably is about to be your favorite podcaster, and your life coach is teaching you how to incorporate things that is necessary in your life and why it's important for you to take the initiative on loving yourself extra harder. Pouring the energy into your body that's needed. Filling your cup up before you can fill up somebody else's. Okay? Pour all the fullness into your cup before you can do it to somebody else. Pour the energy into you before you can pour it to others. Make sure your head is on straight before you can serve for the people and serve for yourself. Okay? And as always, I thank you all so very much. I hope you all are going, I hope you are doing amazing. And if not, my friend, I'm here for you. You got this. This is temporary. This is not going to last forever. This is just a situation that is helping you learn from it so you can get to that time that you want and you manifesting for. You got this. You're going to stand tall through it all. Slow and steady win the race. And as always, be safe out here. Love on yourself. Respect others, but also respect yourself. And do it like it's your B-Day. And until then, my friends, you guys will hear from me next Wednesday. Well, Friday. And next Wednesday. And maybe another Friday from there. I don't know. But as always, I love you all so dearly. Please protect yourself. And please prioritize self-care within this summer. Within the heat. As well as prioritizing to practice it throughout the rest of the year. I hope July has been good to you as well. And if not, I hope and pray that August brings all the joy, the success, the new results, the everything you have been manifesting and praying for, because you deserve it. One step at a time. Bye, guys.